Hello and welcome to Publish Your Legacy Story. We're going to talk about how to easily publish your life story in an heirloom quality book, but we're mostly going to come away with some tips and some whys. Why would you publish your legacy story? I'm Jennifer Wise, and I am with Photo and Story Treasures. And that's what you will end up with when you're publishing your legacy story. So I'm just going to introduce myself very quickly. Welcome to everyone here, both live and who will be watching this recording later. I love helping people with their photos, memories, and stories, and I've been doing that since 2005. In 2021, I created Photo and Story Treasures to be my best recommendations for memory keeping resources. I teach classes and workshops on a variety of related topics. This one, of course, is on publishing your legacy story, but I also teach about digital scrapbooking, photo organization, the benefits of memory keeping. I've also got a yearbook boot camp that I run now and again, where you preserve one whole year's worth of photos in 4 weeks. I'm married, my husband and I have 3 kids. I work as an American Sign Language instructor and an interpreter for the deaf, and I am a serious travel addict. So that's a little about me. Now let's talk about you. So this demo session will look at legacy. It will give you tools for writing your legacy story, and it will get you ready to publish it. After demoing the platform that we'll use for publishing, you'll get your feet wet there. So that's this demo session. The workshop session will be 2 weeks from now, and we will spend an hour putting our stories into an heirloom quality book to be professionally published. And I put with or without photos. If you just want to write your story, that's great. I think photos give a little, they put a face to a name and kind of bring things to life. So I always recommend publishing your legacy story with photos. It's totally your call. If you don't finish in the hour of our workshop session, you'll have all the tools that you need to finish on your own. So not a big deal. If you cannot attend the workshop session, or for example, if you are watching this recording next year or something, and the workshop session has already happened, that's okay too, because this demo session, like I said, will give you all of the tools and resources you need to publish your legacy story. So first, let's talk about legacy. What is legacy? What do we mean when we use that word? I think this quote from Rashid, and I don't know how to pronounce the last name, Ogunlaro, says it perfectly. Legacy is not what's left tomorrow when you're gone. It's what you give, create, impact, and contribute today while you're here that then happens to live on. I think sometimes people think about publishing their life story or their legacy story, on the eve of their 100th birthday, as they look back on, their whole life and their legacy and everything, but it's really not actually. I think that's one of the things I've learned in all my years of helping people do it, is that it actually means more when you're living it, when you're kind of in the middle of your legacy. I published my first legacy storybook right after my 40th birthday, and I got more legacy to do. So, all right, so here's what your legacy story can do. I think, like I said, we don't know really the power of it. And so I want to mention that a little bit before I go and demo making the actual book. So writing your own legacy story, or we could call it your life story, benefits you. It's actually good for you. I love this quote from Angie Lucas from an article called Define Your Dash from FamilySearch.org. She said, personally, you'll benefit from the practice of reflecting over your life, collecting your thoughts and making sense of your experiences. To me, that's the crux of it. Like, all these things happened. Okay, like why and what did I learn from it? And what can I draw? The very act of writing things down is therapeutic. That is also true. My own personal experience. It can provide a sense of purpose and control. It may also reveal patterns in your life, increase your gratitude, foster a stronger sense of self, and even make you happier and more successful in your daily life. Now, that is pretty powerful. So as you develop a greater understanding of yourself as you're writing your legacy story, you will have a greater sense of peace. You might even begin to see your perceived weaknesses as strengths. Writing your own story can even be a stress reducer. There is so much more to it than, I don't know, making a memoir. You know, it's really powerful for you. It's also very powerful for other people. Writing your own legacy story benefits everyone who loves you. Your story is important to every person who loves you. And so taking time to record it is honestly an invaluable gift to them. You probably don't think your life is a very big deal. We all think that, but we're wrong. Your life is a very big deal to everyone who knows and loves you. Think about the way you look at your grandma or your brother or your mom or someone you admire, right? Someone is looking at you that way. Someone is going to want to remember your life's story or your legacy and share it with someone they love. Hey, here's about my sister. Here's about my grandma. So we're going to look at a couple of steps to publishing your legacy story. So the first step is to, of course, write your legacy story. So you'll write it first and then obviously publish it for yourself and your loved ones. Now, I think sometimes I can say, okay, well, step one is to write your legacy story, and your reaction might be, whoa, what? It's not that simple. It could be. So just hang with me here. Telling your own story has a therapeutic element to it. Putting it out there on paper validates your experiences and feelings, helps you sort through your thoughts, and allows you the amazing gift of perspective. You can choose how to tell your story, what details to include, as well as what reflections. What lesson did you learn from it? What made you better? How have you changed things? There are a few prompts over here at the right. What qualities and friends do you most admire? Do you have one special vacation spot that you return to again and again? What do you love about it? What were the biggest momentous events in your life and how have they changed you as a person? So that's what I mean. You don't have to like start with like, I was born at 12:20 p.m. and every minute of your life. It's more about what you think and who you are and how you feel and what has impacted you and what has changed you and what has made you you. So it doesn't have to be this big, well, I don't remember every minute of my life. So it doesn't have to be big. It has to just be you. So if you need some help or some prompts to write your legacy story, I have gathered a few great resources for you. There are 4 here. If you are attending this class live, I will email this a link that has all of these links in it. It's just one Google Doc that has all of these links in it. So don't worry about not having the links right away from this. I'll get them to you ASAP. For those of you watching this recording, I will put a link to that Google Doc in the pinned comment below, so you can access live links for each one of these 4 resources, and then several other things that I'll talk about here shortly. So again, remember that you can pick and choose the best questions for you to answer. If you, for example, go to that, #52 stories website or article link, there will be 52 prompts. If you don't like some of them, they don't really fit you very well, don't worry about it. Just pick and choose. This is your legacy story. And then, of course, my last bullet point here, which I kind of already mentioned, don't worry about creating a masterpiece. Just create what is you. Just be genuinely you. That's what the people who know you love about you, is that you're genuinely you. So once you have written your legacy story, and again, this doesn't have to be a 500-page thing, just what you want it to be. Make your legacy story tangible and accessible by publishing it in a book. This obviously is optional, but I highly recommend it for a couple of reasons. So first of all, the first little bullet there, just keeping it in a document on your computer is risky. People may not know it's there or how to access it, and files can become corrupted and all sorts of things. I actually had a friend tell me a very sad story about a man in her think he lived on her street, neighborhood, something. And he was so proud that he had written his legacy story. He hadn't published it. He had written his legacy story. And she suggested to him that he put it in a book. And he was like, oh, I don't know what his issue was, but he didn't want to. And so he didn't. And so he passed away. And when his children came to clean out his house, they discovered that they could not open his computer. I don't know if it was a password thing or what, but he had written his whole legacy story and left it on his computer where no one could get it. So don't do that, please. The other thing about presenting it in an actual heirloom quality book is that it makes it accessible, right? You don't have to just like, okay, let me log into whatever. It's just right on your coffee table. You just right on your bookshelf. You just open it. It's so accessible to anyone. It's shareable. You can share it with grandkids or siblings or whatever. And it's special. It honors your life. All right, so those are kind of the two steps about publishing your life story. Write your story, then publish it. And here now is what you need to know and do. So at our Publisher Legacy Story Workshop next time, we will actually work on putting the book together. We will be making the book. That's after you've written your legacy story. So here's what you need to know and do before then. So we'll start with the things to know. The first thing to know is that I've chosen an heirloom quality publisher to create our legacy stories with, and we will be using a program that is very easy to learn and very intuitive. And so I want to show you a quick example. So I'm going to pause the recording and get over to the website. All righty, here we are at forever.com. I will give you instructions here shortly about if you don't have a Forever account yet, how you can get one that will link you to me so that we can work together. So what you do is you go to Create and Print right here in the middle. Then you will come down to Design and Print. Design and Print is the easy platform I was just mentioning that looks like you've done maybe some little fancy digital scrapbooking in it, but you haven't. It's just a template. And so you just put all your text and your photos in there and that's it, but it's beautiful. So come on down to Standard and click Standard. Now what will show up here are a whole bunch of templates. I want to show you two, and I'm just going to give you kind of some examples. We'll just make a page or something. One that you may be interested in, and obviously you can choose any template you want, but the ones that I kind of went through and vetted are this Tell Your Story. This is specifically designed as a life story. There's just the plain one and then one called Classic. I want to look at that in just a second, but I also want to do Vintage Memories. There we go. So if you want to search for blue or anything like that, you can search for specific templates that way. So here is Vintage Family Memories. So that is one that I just think is lovely. In order to choose the template, in order to figure out what template you would like, click on it like this, and then you can click all the different pages. This is the front cover. If you like that, then keep scrolling through and you can look at all of the different page options. The cover is what it is, but you get to choose individual pages, right? So if you have 6 pictures, for example, this would be a great page. If you have 1 picture and you want to put some text in there, this would be a great page. There are also, let me scroll all the way down. I think it's at the bottom. Yes. This one is I just clicked on it. Now I got to go back up. Whoops. I didn't click on it. Clicked on the wrong one. Maybe I did that wrong. Okay. Sorry. This one, let's do that one. Yes. There we go. Is just one. Anything that's gray is where a picture goes. So this is just one big picture on your page. What I was showing you is a few different options down here at the bottom for if you want just pages of text. So here's one, the text would go here. Here's another one. Sorry, there are just a lot of page options. That's why I got to scroll all the way up and down. So here's another one. And then Another one. This is just text. So you can see over here at the right, photos come in, or photo books come in a few different sizes and bindings. The soft bound are going to be less expensive than the hardbound. The soft bound are bound with it's not glue, because glue can yellow and your crack and your pages will fall out, right? It's called PUR. It's actually a chemical bonding thing. And so it's the highest in the quality in the industry. So just so you know, not all softbound books are created equally. So anyway, the prices vary as well. You can see right now there is a sale. There's almost always a sale. So if you want to wait and order your book when there is a sale, that's great if it's not on sale at the time. Sales change usually about every 2 weeks. So if there isn't one now, check back in a couple weeks. So you can see that the smallest softbound is going to be this price with this current sale. The largest hardbound size is going to be this price. So again, I hate to talk about specific prices because they change. It just depends on the sale. Once you decide, yep, this is what you want, you click Start Book. I want to go back, however, and show you how to make a book using this classic one. I'm going to go through. Here's the cover. That's the one that I like. Then I will click yes, fabulous, and I will click Start Book. Now this one, you'll notice the only book size this comes in is the 12 by 12 hardbound. So just when you are looking at templates, make sure that it comes in the size and the binding that you want. All right, so I'm going to just show you very quickly how to do this. You can edit the title. Whatever you want it to be. That doesn't really matter too much. It doesn't show up on your book or anything. It just tells you what you're working on. You can see right here, this says enter text. There's enter text here and here. There's even some on the back cover on this particular template. Anything that has a little plus and a picture icon, you click that to add a picture. Now I'm just going to enter text right here on the spine. Well, let's call it a legacy story. And you'll notice that I can align it to the left, which puts it at the top, or I can center it, which will put it in the middle of the spine. Or if I right justify it, it'll go all the way down to the bottom. I like it centered, so that's what I'm going to do. You'll notice I clicked up here, but now it's down here. So that's my spine. If there's a text box that you don't need, you don't want to put anything on the back, for example, totally fine. Just leave it. It's not going to print saying enter text. It just won't print at all. Okay. So now you can tell this one's a different font. So whatever it says, it shows up as enter text. That is what the font will look like, and that will be the size. All right. So let me show you just very quickly how to add a photo. Now, these are photos that I have already added to my account here. You will obviously need to add photos to your account first before you can, let's do this one, before you can make your book. And I've got a little like tutorial demo about how to upload photos and organize them, etc. All right, so let me show you one more thing here. Let's go down now to this page. You can see there are spots for 2 photos. There's this little, image of blocks. You've got text options. If, for example, I don't love the blocks, I can just come down here and click Change Design. Now I will have an option for a doll and a teddy bear, or an option for, let's see, 2 photos on the right and text on the left, or whatever I want. All right. All of these are page options. So let's say that what sounds really good to me is this one. So I've changed my design now. Now I've got text on the left and 3 photos here. So you really can just, you choose each page by itself, and you really can just get whatever fits your story and put it together that way. Each book, let me scroll down here. Each book comes with, sorry, we're not getting a headache. Each book comes with 21 pages. You can click and drag pages around. You can see right here, rearrange, right? So let's say I put together page 17 and I realized, oh, wait, I've got another thing. So that really should be page 16 or whatever. You can click right here, rearrange, and you can drag pages around. That's also what similar to what I wanted to mention here. Oh, look how pretty that is with our roses. So here's your 21st page. If you have 50 pages, you want to do 50 pages in your book and you need to add a page, you can either do it here or you can do it down the bottom where it says add a page. And again, you'll be taken to all the page options that I showed you just a minute ago, and you can just pick whichever page you like. Books max out at 99 pages, so you can have up to 99 in your book. And I think that's all I want to say about that. Okay, so any questions about how you would put together your published life storybook? I will hop back over to the slides, but feel free to type your question in a chat box or unmute yourself or whatever. So that one that we just looked at was the tell your story. There's also vintage family memories. Not every, some of the templates are designed to be really photo heavy. And so not every template has a page of just full text. Vintage family memories does. I can't remember now if tell your story does or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it includes pictures on each page. I don't remember, sorry. But make sure that, when you're choosing your template, you just go through and look at all the pages and see what will fit your needs best. I love that about using Forever's design and print. You can kind of just make it yours. So another few things to know about getting started publishing. So Forever accounts are free. New accounts receive a $20 coupon, which is good for 60 days. So if you open you write your life story in the next couple of weeks, then you open your account in a couple of weeks when we put together these books, then you can use that $20 coupon to order your book, which is fantastic. Forever has a strict privacy policy for photos uploaded to your account. This is very important to know. They will not be shared and your information will not be data mined, which means sold. This is different from many online photo or photo book companies. And so I really want to make sure that you know that. Also, your legacy book will be saved in your account. So that means you can reorder additional copies in the future if you like. It's saved in there as a PDF file for you. A few other things to know. This is all about sales and prices. Sales change twice a month, like I said. So check the deals tab along the top over at the website for the sale price before ordering, if you want. Sales are usually vary between 20% off and 50% off. So if you don't love the current sale, you can always wait for another one. There's a program called Forever Club that saves you an additional 5% on your order. There's no fee for Forever Club. It's not linked to anything else. It's just a savings thing. The dollars that you deposit there in Forever Club can be used anytime. So you can save them up over time for larger orders if you like, and the dollars don't expire either. So if you are publishing your life storybook and would like to get 10 copies for your family, if you want to select, there are 4 different levels of Forever Club. If you want to select a certain level and have that much money deposited in your account each time, then by the time each month, then by the time you're ready to order, it's sort of like layaway, you kind of pay for it over time instead of all at once. So that's a great option for that purpose, but also for that saving the additional 5%. And I will have some information about Forever Club in that Google Doc that I mentioned. Also, just so you know, bulk orders of 10 of the same books or more have an additional 10% discount. That comes off right at checkout. So there's nothing special you need to do about that. So those are the things you need to know now in order to get started publishing. Now we're going to look at the things to do. So step 1, write your story. Use the resources previously listed. And like I said, I'll be emailing a document to those attending live, and I'll be posting it in the pinned comment of this recording on YouTube. But if you want, you can always email me, photoandstorytreasures@gmail.com, and request the document. Hey, watched the Publisher Legacy Story demo. Can you send me the Google Doc? I'll just throw that out for you really quickly. The other thing is to consider how long you want your story to be. What is optimum readability? How much do you want to write? 50 pages? More? Less? So just think about that. Who's your audience? How, I don't know, just some things to consider. There's not really a right answer. It really is how long you want your story to be. So like I mentioned, these templates have a maximum of 99 pages. Otherwise, they'd be so fat. So if you need more, just make another volume, right? Here's my legacy story, volume 1. Here's my legacy story, volume 2, or whatever. Or just keep it short by choosing the most important parts first and going from there. So next thing to do, step 2, prepare to put together your legacy book on your own or during our upcoming workshop by doing these things. First, open your Forever account. Here is the website that will connect you to me. Verify your email so that you receive that $20 coupon if your account is new. And then obviously you can use that when you order the book, which is fantastic. If you like, choose photos that you would like to include in your legacy storybook. Like I said, it's optional. Not everyone wants to do that. Some people just want text. But it's so nice. Like I said before, you put a name and a face together. There's really a lot of preciousness in a photo, because sometimes you can say, wow, you look like your Aunt Susie, or whatever. It's you in the moment in 1962 in front of the Christmas tree, or whatever it is. There's really a lot of benefits from seeing photos. So I do recommend that. It also breaks up the text. You know how if you read a blog post or an article and it's just text, our brains tend to skip ahead, like, well, where's the interesting part? But when you break it up with photos, oh, look, there's grandma in 1962 in front of the Christmas tree. What's this part about? It helps break it up and draw interest as well. So anyway, that's my little plug for photos. So you can upload the photos to your account ahead of time before our workshop in a couple of weeks if you like, or you can do it at the workshop, whatever you want. I have made a 13-minute video about uploading and organizing your photos in your Forever account. And the link is here, but again, that will be included in the Google Doc as well. And that can give you just sort of some guidance if you want to do that ahead of time. If you don't, I'll be here at the workshop and can help you there. Okay, now you're ready. There's only 2 steps, a couple things to do. Now you're ready to write your legacy story and publish it in a beautiful heirloom quality photo storybook that has a 100% satisfaction guarantee from Forever. So over here at the right, I just have a couple of things to mention. Templates really make it easy to quickly put your legacy story into high quality pages that will last a lifetime and beyond. You can scan down here this little QR code for size, binding, price details, and whatnot, or you can always email me. And again, you can personalize each page. So pick pages with pictures, pick pages without, pick pages with the little, something cute, the little blocks or whatever, or pick them without. Pick full text pages, whatever you like. And again, it's my job. I'm your consultant. So I get to help you with any questions you have. So again, you can create your book with us next time at the workshop, or you can create it on your own, following all of the steps and steps in the Google Doc that summarizes what we've been talking about here. So just a few last things. If you're watching the recording, go ahead and pause. I'm going to blow through these slides pretty quickly. You can pause to write things down and whatever, but these are ways to keep in touch with me, I guess. I have a blog that has tons of information. You can email me, of course. Then I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And I just have a lot of information. I have a lot of information about photos and stories, memories, and preserving them, and how to do it in great ways. Here's what's coming up next. Again, pause if you're watching the recording. I'll turn this recording off, and those live can look more at this. But this is what's coming up. I always have something coming up. So they're all related to photos and stories, sometimes gifts, sometimes photo organization, whatever. This is what's coming up, and you can always find an updated list of what's coming up at the blog, which is lifetalesbooks.blogspot.com, by clicking the Our Community and Events tab along the top. And of course, I post on social media as well. If you are thinking that you would like to learn something else also, like if you have an idea for a class you'd like to attend, like that yearbook boot camp I mentioned, or photo organization, or something like that, make a request. I love doing what people love, what people want. So just email me a request. There's also a pretty cool thing called referral rewards. So if you invite other people to whatever class or event you would like, they will get $20 coupons for opening their accounts, but so will you. So that can go a long way when you want to buy a bunch of books or something like that. So just let me know if you have an idea for a class that you would like to attend, and I'll send you that little flyer that you see posted here with all the information. So last of all, thank you. Thank you for learning about legacy stories and how to write and then publish them. They're amazing. They really, there's so much power in them, and your legacy story will be a gift to you and to those you love. So congratulations on publishing your legacy story.